What's up guys, Rising Am Disc Golf here, and we are back. Today is going to be a video all about my practice putting routine. Let's go. So like you guys heard in the intro, this is going to be a video all about my practice putting routine. It isn't just the putting, I've got more to it than that, so let's just jump right in. So the first thing I'm going to grab when I step out of the house to go practice putt is my stack of throwing putters. Right here I've got a couple of maidens, one flippy and one straight, and I've got a pure, suspect, and a keystone. A Keithstone to be exact. I've got my basket about 175 feet yonder, just past the tall grass, and I'm going to be throwing to that with my 6 throwing putters and basically trying to get as close as possible like I'm in a tournament having an approach shot. And once I arrive to the discs, I'm going to putt out with all my 4 practice putters. Only got 5 throwing putters. This is one of my putters. And I'm going to putt out with all my 4 practice putters from each of the 5 different lies. What this helps me to do is really prepare for a tournament, because if I just go out there and just pick a spot and putt from it, it's not very realistic. But if I add this other approach aspect into it, it gives me some more real world practice. So we're just going to get started. We'll start with the flippy or maiden, do a little hyzer flip. So I had some good hyzer on that one, just a little left of the line. Should have about a 30-40 foot putt. More straight to stable, brand new maiden. That one's a little better, a little to the right, but that one never really turned, so that's going to be right around 15 to 20 feet. Next up, we're going to throw the Keithstone. This one is right in between those 2 maidens for me. Okay, so I absolutely skied that one. So that is going to be right around 30-ish feet, maybe 25. Next up, we've got the classic blend suspect, which I'm going to throw a little forehand. Not too great at forehand, so don't get too critiquey on this one. I just like to keep it up. So that one hit a tree, and it's going to be right around 30 feet away as well. That's probably the magic number right now. And last but certainly not least, we've got the Latitude 64 Opto Pure. This is one of my favorite straight throwing putters. Go check out the comparison up above if you haven't seen it. Kind of wimped that one out there, didn't put enough on it, so it hyzered at the end. Gonna be around that magic 30-foot mark. So the first lie we're gonna start with is probably the hardest one. It was that pretty bad forehand suspect, and it has come to rest under the crabapple tree at about 40 feet away from the basket. But my best shot, you can see, was that blue stable maiden, which is about 5 feet away. I thought it was 15 to 20. But that's the best one. So we're gonna have to do a little straddle out from this one, but that's the beauty of the practice. So 1 out of 4 isn't bad from that lie. Kind of obstructed with leaves. Some of them caught the leaves, but I'm glad I made at least one. Okay, so as you guys can see, we have arrived to the lie of the pier, but the maiden is about 10 feet to the left, and the keystone is about 10 feet to the right. So we're gonna take our lives from all of them, but they're gonna be pretty similar length putts. Like I said again, that other maiden is pretty parked, so let's get these started. So I'm finished with my practice putting for the day. The furthest station I had away probably is a little too far. You probably want to keep it just right around 35 feet and in. That was pushing 40, 42, so not great for the mind to practice those long ones repeatedly, just because for me I get in the habit of missing them and I get kind of mad. Another thing I like to do is practice both forward putts or I don't know, staggered stance and straddle putts. You saw I actually was doing pretty good with the straddle putts. I hit some longer ones with it. But then after that, you saw me go back to my staggered stance because that's my main stance for putting. And another thing I like to do is finish out with a make. I like to finish by giving myself some confidence. So you saw me go out, I made the first two from the third farthest at the pink one. And then I missed it, but then I went back out, had kind of like a weird spit out thing. But then I made the last one. So now I'm going back into my house, carrying on with my day, with the memory of finishing with that one good putt. So that's one thing I really like to do. For me, I am a lot more consistent with the shorter putts with a straddle. So if I'm anywhere from like 20 feet and in, I tend to straddle a lot just because I tend to be a little more consistent with the release point. But I can't get enough power on it when I get further out. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you have any other thoughts, leave it down in the comments section below and I'll be happy to reply. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, go click over there to subscribe, and you can also see a couple other recommended videos. Make sure to follow me over on Instagram for a lot of updates and everything trilogy. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.